Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another video, sisters. I hope that you're all doing well. I pray that you're all in the best of health and iman. Alhamdulillah, I'm really excited to make this video today because I really wish that I knew these points before I got married. Okay, these are points that I wish someone had sat me down and explained to me before getting married. So if you're a bride, if you're getting married in 2025, inshallah, then you have to watch this video, okay? This is a perfect video for you to watch because there is a lot of overwhelming information out there and you don't even know where to start. It can be so confusing, and a lot of the information that you might find on the internet might not necessarily align with Islamic values. So I want to make this video today quick and easy with 10 points that you as a Muslimah need to focus on leading up to your marriage. I pray that Allah puts barakah and love and rahmah in all of your marriages. Ameen. The first point to mention is reproductive wellness. This is something so important for us as women. Reproductive wellness is all about making sure that your reproductive system is working well and in good health, okay? This can vary from woman to woman. Now, if you're one of those women that has really irregular cycles, or maybe you have really heavy bleeding during the time of the month, or maybe you have extreme pain, then now might be a good time to go and get a gynecology checkup. I know life gets busy and sometimes we ignore these problems, but right now, a few months before you get married, if you have any concerns, this is a time to go and get checked out, okay? Don't wait until a week or even a month before your marriage. I want you to do this 6 months before your marriage, 3 months before your marriage. The earlier you do it, the better, because they might need some time to investigate, to see what's going on. But it's for your own confidence to know that everything is fine, everything is working well. A visit to the gynecologist can also help with other problems, such as persistent infections in the area, or maybe unusual discharge, or anything that is causing you trouble or concern. It's a good idea to get it checked out, inshallah. Something else to mention in regards to reproductive wellness is birth control options. So as a Muslimah, you need to be aware of these, what types there are out there, which one you plan to use. That's if you plan to use birth control. If you don't plan to use birth control, then that's completely fine. You can ignore this. But if you want to wait a little bit before having children, maybe a year, maybe 6 months, then this is something that you might want to look into. There's temporary methods of birth control and there's more longer term methods, okay? There's methods that you take every single day, and there's methods that you take maybe once a month, once a week, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. So explore your options and decide which one you want to use, inshallah. Of course, once you're a married woman, this will be a decision between you and your husband to make together in regards to when you want to have children, how long you want to wait, and so on and so forth, inshallah. Something else very important with reproductive wellness is to start tracking your monthly cycle. There are so many benefits to tracking your monthly cycle, and when you get married, this will help you to plan a pregnancy or avoid a pregnancy, or just know what to expect in terms of your mood, your energy levels, and everything surrounding the cycle. Lastly, something very important that I like to mention to sisters who are going to get married is to start supplementing with something known as folic acid or folate. Now, folate is the natural form of folic acid. Folate is a B vitamin which helps to prevent neural defects in babies inside the womb. So this is really important to take because it's mostly needed at the beginning of your pregnancy before you even find out that you're pregnant. So it's important that you have a good level of this in your system. The second point that you should know before you get married is your Islamic rights and duties. You need to make sure that you know exactly what's going to be expected from you as a Muslim wife. It can be very different being a Muslim wife and a non-Muslim wife. There are certain things that our husbands have rights over us, so you have to know what's expected from you as a Muslim wife, okay? And also it's important to know your rights so that you're not taken advantage of. How many stories do we hear of sisters that are in situations that are either abusive or toxic, and they don't know how to stand up for themselves because they think this is normal? So this is what happens when you don't know your rights. So you're made to do things that are not your responsibilities, such as paying for bills, paying for rent, and things of this nature. The third point is you need to know about homemaking, sis. Yes, this includes cooking and cleaning. That's a very important part of homemaking that we cannot escape as women, as wives. Unless you get married to, I don't know, a multi-millionaire who's got a lot of money and can afford to have maids and nannies and cleaners, then you will need to know how to do basic domestic skills. This is a really important part of marriage. As a woman, it's important that you know how to clean a home, maintain a home, make it a place of peace and comfort for you and your husband. Cooking is really important. When your husband comes back home from work and he's tired, exhausted, and there's no food on the table, or there's a meal that's not been cooked to the best of your ability, then this can be something that can lead to frustrations, building up in the marriage. It's something that's actually really important. And it's not just about the cooking and the cleaning, it's about knowing how to make your home an environment of peace and warmth, how to welcome your husband when he comes home from work, how to greet him, how to nurture your home, and make it a place that is warm and welcoming. That is homemaking. This also includes how to deal with visitors, your in-laws, how to decorate the home. You know, we all have different budgets financially, but you don't need a lot of money to make your home look good, look clean, and put together, inshallah. The fourth point I'm going to mention is communication. Sister, you need to learn how to communicate your needs clearly and respectfully. It's important to be assertive, but to still be respectful. If you don't know how to communicate your needs properly, one of two things can happen. Number one, you can either keep quiet and be taken advantage of, or you can communicate your needs in a rude way and you won't be able to achieve what you want to achieve from your husband. So you have to know the balance, how to communicate well, how to communicate respectfully. This means things like not raising your voice, not using aggressive body language or aggressive speech, not insulting, and also knowing how and when to bring up important discussions with your husband. The fifth point we're going to talk about is intimacy. So this is a really important point. One of the most important things about marriage is intimacy. So you need to be aware about what to expect. You know, a lot of sisters have so much fear and anxiety and nervousness when it comes to the topic of intimacy and marriage. And it's understandable because this is something that is new to you, that is also new to your husband. But what you need to do about that is to educate yourself so that you know what to expect, so that you're not scared. Okay, you need to understand the halal and the haram. When it comes to intimacy, you need to learn how to be confident, hygiene, all these things that are so important when it comes to intimacy. You need to learn how to do ghusl properly and how to look after yourself as a married woman. If you want to find out more about the topic of intimacy in marriage, then I have written a detailed ebook, a comprehensive guide specifically written for Muslimah brides to fully address this topic and help Muslim women to feel confident and empowered with what to expect. And we cover such a wide range of topics in this book. Please check the description box below where there's a link to purchase the ebook, inshallah. So many sisters have read the ebook and they absolutely love it. They found it very helpful, and I'm sure it will be helpful to you too, inshallah. The sixth point we're going to talk about is self-care and hygiene. This is probably one of the most important things about being a married woman, honestly speaking. Self-care and hygiene is so important. I always tell women that I know right now you're hygienic, you look after yourself, you know, you do self-care, but when you're married, that needs to go up another level, okay? Because you're practically married to someone else now. You're sharing a bed with someone else. So your hygiene has to be on 100. We can't afford to slip on this one, sis, okay? So this means cleaning yourself properly, the basics. I know these topics are a bit obvious, to talk about, but you'll be surprised how many people just need that little bit of help. None of us are perfect. And it's important that we talk about these topics, because if we don't talk about them, then how are sisters going to know about it? Let's be real. As human beings, we have our own personal body odors, and you might not be able to smell this because it's your own personal body odor. And it may not be because you're unclean, it's just your natural odor. Now, someone else might be able to smell it. For example, if you're married and you're sharing a bed with someone, they will be able to smell it. So it's important that sisters, Muslim women, and women in general, it's important that we know how to be detailed in terms of cleaning and hygiene, from the hair to the face to every part of the body, inshallah. This is a topic that I also speak about in great detail in my ebook, An Intimate Guide for the Muslimah Bride. This is a topic that we really go deep into detail about this, and step-by-step hygiene routine. So I would highly encourage every Muslimah bride to get this book and read it, inshallah. The seventh point to mention is character. It's important that we're self-aware of our character, our behaviors, our mannerisms. Remember that you're going to move in with your husband, right? He is a completely new person to you, and you are new to him. So any sort of behaviors or characteristics that you had before, that maybe your family would tolerate from you, maybe your siblings were okay with you treating them like that, now that you're married, it's not going to be the same, okay? You need to make sure that your level of character is a good character. So ask yourself some hard questions. Are you an easy person to be around? Are you a good person? Are you kind? Are you caring? Are you forgiving? Are you overlooking? Do you overlook mistakes? Or do you always want to get payback? Do you always want to have the last hand? Okay? It's important that you analyze your character and try to become the best person that you can be. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. No one is. None of us are perfect, and it's not even possible to be perfect. But the important thing is to be real with yourself and to learn how to know your own weaknesses so that you can catch yourself before you do something. The eighth point to mention is femininity. As you're going to become a wife, femininity is extremely important. All women want to marry a man who is masculine, and all men want to marry a woman who is feminine. There's so many ways that we can become masculine within ourselves without even realizing. Sometimes we don't have a choice but to adopt masculine characteristics because of our lifestyle, because of how we've grown up, our family dynamics. But it's important that you learn to relax, you learn to let go, you learn to be soft, to talk softly, to walk softly, to be a gentle person. Femininity is so important because you can't be in your masculine energy and expect to do well with your husband who's also masculine. You're going to clash, okay? You're going to clash. So it's important that you learn to be feminine, to be soft, to let go a little bit, okay? And yes, beauty is also a part of femininity. So it's important to look after yourself. Make yourself pretty. Make yourself beautiful. Your hair, your clothes, what you wear. Try and wear more feminine things. The dresses, the flowy dresses. All that is part of femininity, and it's the essence of being a woman. That's what Allah created us as, and that is our strongest superpower, our femininity. Point number 9 and point number 10 go hand in hand. And these points are about keeping your friends and family close, okay? And enjoying the process that's leading up to your wedding, to your nikah. It can be so stressful that you can just get consumed with everything that you have to do around you, and you neglect to remember that this is one of the most important times of your life. You won't get this time back. So take time and enjoy the excitement, enjoy all the moments, soak it all in, and don't neglect your family and your friends. Don't be rude towards them. Some women think that, okay, now I'm getting married, I don't need my family anymore. That's not true. That can never be true. So don't forget your family and your friends and enjoy the process. Jazakallah khair, sisters, for watching this video. I really hope that you got some benefit from this. Please check the link in my description for my ebook, An Intimate Guide for the Muslimah Bride. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video and share it with your sisters. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.